I've never been there, and I probably won't ever go. Palm trees grow, rents are low. You know, I keep thinking about making my way back.
Well, this is the amazing Louise Brealey singing the Neil Diamond, I Am, I Said. Very important for the music. It's selected obviously as script starts. This was a song that really kind of told the story of her character. Obviously, the way we work with music in the film is that the music is really a personal connection. So in a traditional musical sense, it's not blown in straight away. We go in very subtly. And for Louise and I to talk about this song, it really was about learning the kind of how to approach it as we do as we ourselves, really, how we approach music and sing along. So it's very much from the heart. For me, the song tells the story of loneliness, and you know, nobody is really listening to whatever they have to say, and I think very much in Helen's world she feels that way. It is really a world she lives in where she has become very much invisible to the people and her surroundings, and that is what she's feeling. And I think for me this is what the song dictates for her character. I mean, I have to say, in all honesty, Louise is just amazing in this scene. And this scene, this was 2 takes. We had a very short time to shoot. We were losing light, and 2 takes, she pulled out these incredible performances. And I think really is down to her opening her heart to the music. And as we discussed always before we do anything with the music, it really is about feeling it. And I think she does that to full effect. And there's always a whole thing with Neil Diamond. It's a great connection for, especially in my upbringing, you know, working women love him because I think he speaks a lot for how they feel. And specifically this song for Helen is really the song that touches her heart. And here for me, she's letting out everything she's feeling, the hard work, the caring for Gwen, the invisibility she feels at home, her difficulty in trying to have children, and I think feeling very much alone in the world.
I hate the night shift. Come on, Claire. Eyes down on the line. 4 nights down. 1 to go!
So here we are at the chicken factory. It's always a question, why choose a chicken factory to set a film? Because I worked in a chicken factory, not for very long, but I managed it. It's a really hard job, and I think the aesthetic for me is that lovely kind of, it's a very harsh environment, but I wanted to fill this a lot with the kind of love that comes from these women. And it was really important for me to have the falling feathers, so we add that touch of magical realism to what inside is quite a gritty, harsh job. And the conversations around the production lines really kind of show the kind of camaraderie that the women have with each other, the fun, the sense of kind of pushing to get through a shift. And of course, the blue overalls are always very noticeable in my work, and that is purely because of, I think for me, these women who are often not talked about in life should be shining through and popping out in this world, and I think they do in there. But the 3 girls I think you see, Claire, Paula and Lynn, came together when we did a little kind of test shoot, and their connection and their chemistry was just unbelievable. And I think when we go through the film and see how the women come together, there is just a chemistry between them all which was just magnificent. And talk about laughing, well, it is, you know, they really did bring joy to the set.
Be careful with that. We're not walking, are we? I ain't walking.
direction that we found. I turned to see the northern lights behind the wave.
Yeah, so the Northern Lights scene, this was a scene that was, it kind of became, not hectic, but we kind of ran out of time and we had to get this done in one take and change it to one shot. So sometimes you have little time to think when you're doing this kind of shooting, but we managed to do it, and the girls kind of came together and said, okay, this is kind of a bit nerve-wracking, but we managed to do it. And it was shooting on the Blue Bridge, which is a bridge from my childhood, which I loved aesthetically, because it kind of takes you from the town to the country. But for me, this scene was all about celebration of friendship, and I think the girls kind of really jumped into it. But this was very, very tough. This kind of one take, one shot. We kind of choreographed it, I think, in about 10-15 minutes with time running out. But that's independent cinema, and that's what shooting is like. And also the cars beeping because we'd had to stop the traffic, which was really off-putting. But Emily, I think, takes this incredible kind of improvisation to just enjoy herself, and I think that shines in this scene, especially when she's kind of like hanging off the bridge, and of course timing Paula to come in with the trolley. It just happened, and I think because, you know, we all came together and just went, let's just enjoy it. I mean, it's quite a difficult thing if you're watching. They're moving, they've got to come in with a line, they've got to come in with the trolley to get to that specific point where, boomf, you know, we move somewhere else. But I mean, Northern Lights is, you know, look, it's joyous. It's a celebration of for me their community, their friendship, and I mean, this was very, you know, fun to shoot. Obviously, the grip created this amazing trolley with the camera, and we just kind of just went for it. And I think for this bit we did, I think, about 3 takes. We never go over 3 takes, don't have enough time, but yeah, pure friendship and enjoyment, and the actors were loving it because it was a great fun scene to shoot.
I wasn't the only one.
Nah, loads of us used to go and look at you. You were good entertainment.
You are a prick. Now look around you. Oh, look around. Do you know what they're all thinking?
Shall I tell you? We're fences to keep filth like you out. You are dirty and you are fucking filth.
Yeah, that's better, yeah. Can't escape from what you are around here, no way. Better go and pack a bag, you know? Nobody wants you! Bringing down the freaking tone.
Kellen and I spoke a lot about this character, Gary. I mean, Kellen and I are from very similar places. He's from North Wales, I'm from North Wales. About these, you know, and I don't actually think it's just set in particularly in Wales, this small town character who seems to have trapped himself with this kind of anger and resentment. We spoke about this kind of toxic masculinity in this film, because this film, it really is about a celebration of women, but we wanted this character that had really had a kind of hold on Helen from a very young age. You know, he's the kind of guy who, you know, rules the town. He kind of, you know, feels that. It's in his whole physicality, the way he walks and struts around. And Kellen and I, when we spoke about it, we kind of said, you know, let's try and unzip him very slowly and without giving too much away. You know, I think, you know, he manages to do that. I think he really walked into this role with perfection. Again, that comes with an understanding of these kind of small towns.